Welcome back to PoolCenter.com. Today we're going to show you how to change the sand in your swimming pool filter. This filter is a Triton sand filter by Pentair. It has the side-mounted valve. A tagless filter has the valve mounted on the top. And if that's the case for you, you'll need to cut the pipes attached to the valve in order to remove the valve off the top of the tank. In either case, the first thing you do is remove the drain plug so that you can drain the filter tank of the water. And secondly, we'd want to close all of our incoming and outgoing lines so that the water doesn't continue in. With the filter tank drained, we can remove the lid with the lid removal tool necessary. And reaching inside the tank, we'll move the baffle out of the way, either side, left or right. And then we'll use the handy coffee can to get in and start removing the sand. Over time, the sand loses its sharp edges and will have reduced filter efficacy. So every 5 to 7 years, you'll need to change your filter sand. This is a job you can do yourself. You could also use a shop vac to suck the sand out. I just scoop it out. I'm here next to the laterals, and I'm scooping very carefully so as not to break the laterals. I want to get all the sand out from in between those laterals without bumping them or breaking them. I think there's one more scoop in here. Okay. Looks pretty clean. Now before we refill it with sand, we'll want to fill the tank with water. Putting the drain plug in first, we'll fill the tank about a quarter full of water just to cover the laterals, to cushion them before we add the new sand. Make sure you're using pool filter sand. The bag should be clearly labeled. You don't want to use play sand, beach sand, any kind of sand other than 45 to 55 millimeter pool filter sand. When you're adding the sand, I like to leave the bag right here, cut it open on the bottom, just like that. A little easier than lifting and pouring. I'm careful not to breathe at this stage. There's some hazardous silica dust that's in this bag. You think they'll know I didn't do the whole thing? Okay, now I've got all 6 bags of sand in there. We'll tighten up the lid. Whoops. First thing, always clean out your grooves. Get the sand dust out. Brush out the threads of the fiberglass tank. Now we're ready to restart the filter. It's important to start the filter for the first time on rinse so that we can wash out all the dust of the new sand bed. And that's how you change the sand in your pool filter. Thanks for joining us here with PoolCenter.com.